There you go.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. This is a scene for Darkless in Dublin, the Changeling venue. In this scene, we open up to the Barony of Frozen Tears, where their lord, Baron Alexis Voidfrust at Verich, has been busy in these past few days, and his hired would be the correct term for Natalia. Assistant, secret shadow in the night, there to destroy his enemies with the axe. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's the assistant for now. Assistant for now.
His assistant, who is also head of household, but will probably no longer be in the coming days as he's going to be married soon, is looking for her lord. He scuttles about. Unlike what Voidfrost probably thinks, Natalia does not have a GPS locator on him.
No, it's in his phone.
And it's always good to know where someone important is. But anyway, she does not exactly always know where he is. She just has reliable information on his whereabouts, generally. And so she makes her way to wherever Voidfrost may be within his own barony. Just scuttling about,
But
unquieted.
Voidfrost, basically, what he's going to have done is he's basically been spending the last few weeks getting his new freehold ready to start receiving customers. I've also got to blue book and build that freehold on the thing with points, but that's neither here nor there. So
Alright, I'm looking.
he will be coming back into the restaurant, basically pulling off his coat, throwing it to the troll who's walking in immediately behind him. Honestly, people these days, all they ever want to do is move, 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 talk, talk, talk. This is Vishkina.
So you cut off in the last part?
He just kind of he said all they ever want to do is move, 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 talk, 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 and then he just kind of starts swearing in Russian.
In the darkness, I cough. Ahem, my lord.
He walks behind the bar of the restaurant that he does most of his business in, and he pours a shot of vodka into a cup, a measure, and he just downs it, and he says, "Da, Natalia, what is it that I can do for you?"
My lord, it has been hard to get a hold of you since you have come back. I just wanted to go over what has happened since you've been gone.
Hmm. He cracks his knuckles together as he pours another dram of vodka. He doesn't knock this one back, but he takes it in his hand and he goes and he sits in his chair as he kind of does a flick of the wrist motion for the bee puka to start talking.
Natalia takes out a large book. Where she keeps it, no one knows, and begins to flip through the pages. Collection for glamour for the dress appointed to you by your people has done good collection. Fewer people are skimming on their required types. This is good news, especially since their regular enforcer is no longer with us.
No, it was a shame about Ragnar. Needless to say, you win some, you lose some.
Yes, but his presence at least did help.
It always
There
helps.
is
How do you say? It always helps to have a dead war hero who was in your service. People tend to respect this kind of thing.
yes, also his teeth, my lord, mostly his teeth for the more unscrupulous of the barony. There has also been progress on the upcoming nuptials. As this is most likely going to be in the realm of your intended, I will not drown you in all of the information, but to give you an overall.
Go ahead.
Overall, it's a lot. Just being honest, it's a lot. There are going to be many flowers. She would like certain people to be brought. She's exchanged some memories for something, I don't know what, but it seems like She doesn't have as deep connection as her past. So we do not have to worry about any family coming, having to enchant or whatever.
Wonderful.
But
That means I don't
she
have. Question: in this country, do I have to like wrestle her eldest brother for her hand or anything melodrammatic?
My lord, we do not do this here. They are a little bit more looser with this,
Good.
particularly because it seems as if Willow was away from her family to begin with. So most likely you will need to fight someone for I don't know, annoyance. Who knows? Anyway, no family. No real need to find family. She would like commoners to be present, which does make sense if you're going to be promoting that sort of image.
Yes, the plan that I discussed with Sergey was the building of a specific venue, more than likely just over the boundaries in the near Dreaming, or possibly in a freehold suitably cloaked. I was going to build a, a temporary palace of ice for the wedding itself to take place in, something suitably grand, but that means that we may have a large hall that is large enough to support the tables for the she and suitable at a suitable distance, a seating area for the commoners.
Yes, my lord. She would like Redcap to be given a place with her in the front on her side. More than likely, we will be splitting it between sides, but of course, much more people than she does. So we'll have to balance the seating order.
We'll also
unless we do it as a centerpiece and there are people surrounding you both in a circle.
We will also have to contemplate who among the nobility are currently friendly with whom, who have rivals.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I want to do is have someone challenge someone else to a duel at my wedding.
That would be better for after party, which is why I suggested the ground circle. That way you are center focused and no one should be eyeing people to the side. They should be focused on you and their bride.
That is entirely correct. I was going to. She may have her. How would you say? Whomever she wishes to attend her during the wedding, that is fine. We will be sending out suitable invitations in the next day or so. As opposed to sending named invitations, I will merely make an open statement that all individuals, all commoners within my barony are invited to attend the jubilant affair and free food, etc., provided blah blah blah.
A good idea. It also works with a project she would like to be working on. I think Miss Willow is more grounded in herself, less skittery. But she still holds that wide-eyed innocence, so there's that. She would like it so that the cooks will be pleased with her, of course. She says with sarcasm, and Natalia is not generally sarcastic. She would like everyone in the barony to at least have something to eat on this day. And she means everyone in your territory, my lord. So the menu will be a little bit adjusted. Still opulent to your standards, of course. But,
He will very calmly stand up. He will walk out of the room. He kind of raises a finger to show I will be back in just a moment. He walks out of the room. He will come back in a few minutes later with, one of those sports bags that you take to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts it down on the table in front of his chair. And he opens it, and he just starts taking out basically absolutely huge amounts of cash in small bills. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he eventually counts up to, like, bear in mind, Voidcrest has resources 5, so he's flush. So he'll eventually count out about 50, and he'll just casually push it across the table, and he'll say, "This should be more than enough to feed, well, the majority of the commoners with a decent meal, if nothing else, and I will have the she The she meals will be provided via this red cap chef, whom is quite expert in her craft. Is that agreeable? That is agreeable.
I will tell your bride to be. My lord. Miss Willow has a request, and she has asked that she bring it up with you. So I am not going to mention it.
She seems
She's
to have
asked that she...
she seems to have many
Hmm?
many requests.
Yes. More and more. But it is, frankly, in my opinion, a bad idea. But she will ask nonetheless.
Well, let me phrase it like this. He looks at the little bee and he says, "What would you think would be a very bad idea? This does not necessarily need to relate to her question whatsoever. That way, you didn't tell me."
To invite that which is most vile to our house.
Hmm.
He
Actually,
is soft-hearted, and
I
this is good.
I feel like that requires a roll just to keep his composure. Give me a sec.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna be biting down. That's gonna be biting down some good quality bile. I'll make a willpower roll because that's gonna be biting down.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Mm. Because if not, you know that lovely shot glass he has in his hand. If he fails this, that's going into the fucking wall.
Yep.
Just barely keeps his cool. Mm.
He probably makes... I'm going to say this. Alexis, in all his composure, will swallow down the concoction of rage and bile that has risen to his Adam's apple. Contain that. He goes a slight shade of gray, but he's good. He's good. He has kept it. The glass is still pristine, but oh, how his fingers urge to crush it. But he won't. Cool as a cucumber.
She wants to invite cockroaches into my wedding.
I do not believe she understands full magnitude. I have told her many times to consult the texts on our great house. She just needs to be educated. Although I do believe she would ask nonetheless, simply because she is a soft-hearted person. And the kind of person who I believe would like to fix problems like this, even though there is no solution to it except death. Anyway, my lord, in hypothetical situations, this is what would be a terrible idea. Hypothetically, of course, this is our conversation.
If this were to go ahead, and I'm not saying that it is going to go ahead, we will need to have a full list of individual commoners who intend to come to this gathering. I will acquire this anyway. People will be. We will.
My lord, as if I do not already have a list. If
this is to go ahead, I want. If they are to attend, these cockroaches, I want them so far out of my sight that they do not offend my eyes.
Of course, my lord. Of course. Never be it so that you would be offended on the most wonderful day that you are arranging.
Very well. There's that wonderful. He just knocks back the shot of vodka. Like, nope, I am too sober for this.
It is an interesting choice, my lord. The best, of course. But interesting. You will never be bored. Never. None of us will.
No. That is that. That is that. Is there anything else that you need to make or need to have added to list?
As of now, no. Everything is going well. Gown is still up in the air, but that is none of your business until you see it on day.
Who is making gown?
I was going to suggest strongly for Donna Protea, the issue designer in the southern border, in the southern court, but there's another who's shown promise. I'm going to be taking Willow to see. More than likely, Willow will choose the simplest approach, simple but sweet, so we will have to just check.
Despite the fact that it is obviously her wedding, her being a Selkie, she must also understand that she should not dress in such an opulent way that it would offend individuals such as the Duchess if she deigns to attend the ceremony, etc., etc., etc.
Of course, my lord, I will definitely explain to her. Although, to be fair to Miss Willow's character, I do not believe opulence is within her personality. At least not from what I've seen before.
Good. In that case, this is agreeable. I have to also go and see to the rings, but that is something that can be done. I was going to go and see if there was a suitable individual to have them made.
Of course, my lord. You deserve only the best.
Good. And I assume that you will be managing the affairs on the day, etc.
Of course, my lord. Half offended.
We also need to get Borscht the new suit. He's going to be doing the eulogy. Wait, no, not eulogy. That is wrong word. The nuptials. That is it.
The ordinance?
This, that is also it. It's because of the House of Arich's particular views on a certain emotion that it would be that it is necessary to have our marriage vows very carefully worded.
I have explained this to Miss Willow. It's taking some use to, but she's still agreeable.
Good! In that case, if that is all, I will take a few moments of silent, quiet contemplation and heavy drinking.
Of course, my lord. If you require anything, you know where to find me, and I you. And she will bow, and
in that case, we shall end the scene there. So, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. There's been nothing Darkness Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.